On the left-hand side of your screen, that's Senator Patty Murray. She is delaying the confirmation vote for Betsy DeVos as Education Secretary. A vote will take place around 12 noon. Vice President Pence will cast the deciding vote, and Betsy DeVos, assuming no further Republican defections, will be the Education Secretary. I want to bring in Larry Elder, joining us now, Salem Radio nationally syndicated talk show host. You're a California guy. You've lived in Southern California, I think, most of your life. Now, Betsy DeVos wants school choice, whether it's vouchers or whether it's charter schools. What's the status of school choice in uber-liberal California?
Well, most of the legislature, of course, is opposed to it. We have a democratically run legislature. There isn't a single Republican elected statewide in California. So school choice is not popular, unless you talk to parents who live in the inner city. The majority of parents living in the inner city, black and brown parents, recognize that the local government school often is underperforming, often gang-ridden, often where the expectation is low, and they want options. So if you ask urban parents, they want the ability to take their child out of that school and put their child in another school where they feel the kid has a better shot.
But time after time after time, we hear that the ordinary people of California want change, but they always vote left. You've got to explain this to me again, Larry.
Well, apparently not enough Californians want change. Again, the ones that are affected by education, the ones who recognize that education is the route to the middle class, they're the ones who want to make sure their kids get a better shot. Other people who are wealthier have already made their choice by living in a suburb where the local public schools are better. So it's the people living in the inner city who do, in fact, pull the lever for the Democratic Party that are the ones that are the most shafted by this system. It's hard to explain it. I think what's happened is they've been indoctrinated to believe that the Republican Party only cares about rich people, only cares about feathering their nest, and the Democratic Party is the party for the little people. Never mind, the Democratic Party has resisted school choice, which is what urban parents, in fact, really want.
I do want to ask you about the travel restrictions that President Trump tried to impose from visitors from 7 countries. Didn't President Obama try to do something similar just a couple of years ago? Am I right, Larry?
Not only did he try to do it, he did do it. He banned Iraqi refugees for about 6 months, and it was the Obama administration that identified these 7 mostly Muslim countries as troublesome. Trump does the same thing, simply fulfills a campaign promise, and he's hammered. It's amazing to me. I heard a pundit on one competing network, Stuart, refer to this as a constitutional crisis. Interesting. When Obama was sued by 26 attorneys general, I don't recall the same network referring to that as a constitutional crisis. So it's all hysterical. I understand the legal challenges. I don't understand the hysteria.
Bearing in mind the San Bernardino attack not that long ago in California, what do Californians think about restricting travel from 7 terror hotspots?
If you poll most Californians, again, California being a liberal state, most Californians are probably opposed to it. And the argument is that nobody from these 7 suspected countries have engaged in a deadly terror attack. They forget about the Ohio State student that plowed down people with a truck and with a knife. He tried to kill people. He just was unsuccessful. He was from Pakistan, one of the 7 countries. So it's just a matter of time, in my opinion, before something like this happens. And one more time, I believe that the president has broad authority under the Constitution and under the law to enact measures to keep America safe, which is what Donald Trump is doing and which is what, as I said earlier, he campaigned on.
You know, some of our viewers have been writing into us saying that we belittle California too much and that we're too nasty to California, that there are lots of Californians who are really good people and they're very saddened to see what's happened to their state. You agree with that? Am I being a little harsh towards California so frequently?
I don't think so. There's a lot to belittle. Our state is badly run. Our bonds are close to junk basis because of unfunded pension liabilities. We have a government that taxes and spends and regulates. And as I mentioned, not a single Republican elected statewide. So there's a lot to ridicule in this state. There's a lot that's good in this state, which is why I live here. But I got no problem with people taking down California for legitimate reasons.
Well, I don't want to be too nasty about California because that's where I got my start in television 40-odd years ago, before you were even born,
right?
Larry.
And of course I'm here, so it can't be all bad.
It can't be all bad, but you are very lonely out there. I know it. All right, Larry. Good luck to you. We'll see you again real soon.